Hey guys, RTC back here for the video, guys. Today we have the 3060 Ti and the 3060 that launched yesterday. So today we're going to talk about the benchmarks, about these two bad boy cards, and everything like that. So starting off right away, guys, if you do not know, you have not been following the channel, I currently have a 3090. So yeah, that thing is way too expensive and way too powerful. Now, if you do not have the money for a 3090, because you're not going to waste a crap ton of money on a GPU you do not need, or you do not have a power supply, which I did go ahead and replace mine and made a video about it. But guys, if you do not have that, and you currently have just a regular PC, and you're not crazy, then you might be looking in the neighborhood of the 3060 Ti. Or the 3060, because they are very affordable cards at $399 respectively. Now, the thing is though, is these are very sold out because bots have done it again. Bots did it again. Yeah, guys, they went ahead and botted up everything. Scalpers are scalping these, selling them, flipping them. You guys already know how this is. If you lived in 2020, you know what this is. But nonetheless, though, this icon right here above my head, that's a common thing you see whenever you go on the website. But let's talk about how good these are, and if they are on eBay for affordable prices one day, should you pick them up. So let's talk about, first off, the 3060. Yes, there's a plain 3060. Now, this 3060 comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM automatically installed. Obviously, the Ti has 8 gigabytes, so that's a big difference. It's 12 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes. But you're also going to see benchmarks and the difference with the benchmarks. So going down a little bit, you can see we have the benchmarks for 1440p gaming, and we have the 3060 compared to the 3060 Ti. Now, looking at these right fast, you're going to see, for the most part, you're going to see the Ti win in most of these categories. As you can see, every single category, pretty much the Ti will win. We see this all the time. 2080, 2080 Ti, which is better, 2080 Ti. You know, the I almost said 30. I almost said 3080, 3090, but those were very different launches. And once we see the 2080 Ti come out, we're going to see a 3080 Ti. We're going to see the 3080, 3080 Ti be a little bit faster than 3080. But you guys are not new to this. You know that when we see this, it's going to be like 29% faster, 37% faster, 34% faster, you know, obviously, so on and so on. And this is 1440p gaming. I think I would say majority of people who are gaming right now game with an i7 or faster, or AMD, and 1440p. I still don't think we're at a point in this society, gaming society, where we're going to go ahead and have 4K yet, but we're pretty dang close, I feel like. And I feel like 1440p now is the general norm. There are still people who game on 1080p, and I say right now I think it's like this: 10% are on full 4K, right? Maybe 8%, 50%, 55%. I'll say 60%. 60% are going to be 1440p, and then the rest of the 32% I think are 1080p. So I think it's more than half of people right now were on 1440p. Whether you have a 4K monitor and you're running a 4K 60 hertz monitor, or you're running a 1440p, what's called 120 hertz, or you have an ultra wide like me, and you just don't have 4K because you have an ultra wide, and you're not spending the money. So that is the initial benchmarks comparison with an i7 7700K. Now, the cool thing about 3060 and 3060 Ti is, because I had a coworker of mine, he asked me, if I build a PC, what should I build? And, you know, he started talking to me about 3090s, 3080s. What should I get? You know, I'm trying to get a good PC. And what I said is this, because he showed me a build with the 3070, and he had a 1200 watt power supply. First off, you can future-proof yourself, in all honesty, and always have a bigger power supply, but you don't need that big of a power supply. And that's a good thing about 3060 and 3060 Ti. You're going to need, at most, a 750 watt power supply. And that saves you a lot of money when it comes to power supply, especially right now with how power supplies are jacked up in price and stuff. It saves you a lot of money going ahead and having that a little bit less of a charge up front. So let's go ahead and now look at the 3060. Now, this is a 3060. Let me see. I think it's just, oh no, this is just comparing off the 3060 to the other one. So here is exact definition, the exact statistics of these cards. So starting off right away, the TI uses a GA104, the 3060 uses a GA106, which is exactly the same one in the 1060, GTX 1060. Oh no, my bad. That's GP. I'm so stupid. I could not read for some reason. CUDA cores, we have 4,864. On the 3060, we have 3,584. Obviously, VRAM is 8 gigabytes versus 12 gigabytes. Both of them having GDDR6 memory. We have 256-bit bus versus a 192-bit bus. Bandwidth is 448 gigabyte versus 360 gigabyte. Base clock speed is 1410 megahertz versus 1320 megahertz. We have boost clock of 1665 megahertz to 1777 megahertz. I don't know why I'm just having a hard time reading today. TDP is 200 watt versus 170 watt. Power supply. Die size is 392 millimeters to 276 millimeters, and so on and so on. So again, just basic comparing the two, you can see that yes, the TI, like always, is always going to happen. It has a higher base speed, and it also is going to have more power, but it might not be faster than the previous generation. Back when I was trying to buy a 2080 Ti, right, and back when I was, first upgrading my computer, I was looking at different GPUs. And when I was looking, I was to say, okay, well, the Super, if you look at the Super, it's 2080 Super versus 2080 Ti. The Super has a higher not base speed, but higher boost clock than the 2080 Ti. I remember when I first looked at it, I was like, wow, this is so much faster than the 2080 Ti. Why would someone go with that? The reason why you go with that is because it's more powerful. Overall, more powerful. Now, the 3060 does come with 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, which is definitely very, very good. But at the same time, though, overall, that boy's gonna be more powerful. Base clock 1410 to 1320. So let's finish this off, guys, with closing that advertisement right there, and let's talk about this comparison. So this is looking at a comparison for the Nvidia RTX 3060 12 gigabytes review, Zotac Twin Edge. So they said right here the 4 is 12 gigabytes of RAM, cheaper than the 2060 at launch last year, and not last year, at launch period, and performance Ultratecher little off the pace for Ampere. $70 gets you a much faster with the 3060 Ti. So just a base idea is you get for a little bit more expensive, and you can see real fast what we have right here. We have the 3060 Ti $399, the 3060 $320. So for $70 more, you get a much faster unit, but at the same time, like I said, you get much faster, but you're getting more VRAM with the 3060. So it's just kind of one of those things on what you're going to use this card for. What you're going to use gaming? Is it for graphic design? If it's for, whatever the case. So right here we have the average FPS of the 1080p for the 3060, and you can see we have 69 FPS for this 3060 12 gigabytes, and then so on and so on. This is for the Total War 3 Kingdom 1080p Ultra. So you can see the different comparisons depending on which cards they're showing. So they're showing the 3080, the 3060, the 3060 Ti, the 3070, and the 2060 and the 2080 Super for comparisons, show how fast it is. And you can see right here the 3060 69 FPS, 3060 Ti is 93 FPS, and then 3070 is 105, and then so on and so on. Now that's for 1080p, and we're gonna go through a couple games for that. Civilization 5, it's the same concept right here. We have 3060 is gonna get you 134 FPS. A 3060 Ti is gonna get you 184 FPS. We have Metro Exodus, which gives you 67 FPS for the 3060 bland, and the 3060 Ti is going to get you 92 FPS. For Horizon Zero Dawn, we have 90 FPS, and we have 114 FPS for the 3060 Ti. Next one we have here is going to go ahead and be for F1 2020, which is 147 FPS and 169 FPS. Assassin's Creed Origin, we have 67 FPS versus 87 FPS. For Wolfenstein Youngblood, 216 FPS versus 283 FPS. Shadows of the Tomb Raider, 119 FPS to 151 FPS. And finally, The Division 2 is 87 to 115. 1440p gaming, I think they have the exact same games. And you can see, again, like I said, very similar in the fact that the 3060 Ti is beating the 3060 in almost every single category. It's not really too much of a comparison. It's definitely like a 3080 to a 3090 type comparison, even though it's nowhere close to that comparison. I'm just saying, like, one is better than the other by not to a point where it's significantly better, but to a point where you see a difference, right? And that's what we're seeing. Now, for 4K, it's going to get a little closer, a tad bit closer, because 4K, obviously, on these cards, you're not running full 4K ultra settings on these cards. Just personally not doing it. But still, they actually are faring very, very well with 4K. I'm very actually surprised. I mean, I know you might look at this and say, 32 FPS. You're saying that's good. For what these cards are at this price tag, that's not bad at all. That's definitely not bad. I mean, F1 2020, they can run 63 FPS 4K. That's actually pretty dang good. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it definitely is pretty decent. So, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Are you picking up a 3060 or a 3060 Ti? If you are picking up either one. If you're not, obviously, comment down below which card you have, which card you're looking to pick up. But if you are picking up one of these two, which one are you picking up? 3060s, 3060 Ti. I'd love to hear it down below in the comment section, guys, because I think personally, if I was going for this, I'd go with 3060 Ti. I really would. Overall, faster. Not faster, a base clock faster. Overall, more powerful. And yes, it's not boost speed up as high, but still, very, very good card. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.